Renting an apartment in Japan can be surprisingly difficult, even for people who have already lived here for years. There are rules, customs, and expectations that aren't obvious at first glance. And many people unknowingly make mistakes that cost them time, money, or even a chance to secure the place they want. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the most common mistakes people make when renting in Japan, and more importantly, how to avoid them. Hello, I'm Toyo Tanuma. I'm the founder of Open Room Inc., which is a Tokyo-based real estate company that helps foreign buyers to purchase properties in Japan and manage properties on their behalf. I spent over 10 years in real estate finance and another 10 years building a real estate information and media platform as a tech startup founder. If you need my assistance, please contact my team. You can find everything you need to know in the description of this video. One of the common mistakes is understanding how fast the rental market moves in Japan. Many people assume they have time to think about a property, sleep on it, or discuss it for a few days. But in Japan, rentals generally operate on a first-come, first-served basis. Once someone submits a rental application called a 𝐉𝐚𝐩𝐿, the property is usually taken off the market. This means that hesitation often leads to losing the property. To avoid this, it's important to prepare your documents in advance, know your expected move-in date, and be ready to act as soon as you find a place you like. Another mistake is assuming that moving into an apartment in Japan costs roughly the first month's rent plus a deposit. In reality, the upfront expenses can easily total 4 to 6 months of rent, depending on the property. There are deposits, key money, agency fees, guarantor fees, insurance, and key change fees. I broke down every one of these costs in detail in my previous video, so if you haven't seen that episode, I recommend watching it. Understanding the full cost structure upfront prevents surprises and helps you apply confidently. Negotiation is another area where misunderstandings happen. In some countries, aggressive negotiation is normal and even expected. But in Japan, negotiation tends to be gentler and more relationship-driven. Being too forceful can sometimes hurt your application, especially if the owner becomes concerned about future conflicts. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't negotiate. You absolutely can, try, and in many cases you should. Asking to shift key money into the deposit, requesting a slight reduction in rent if you can move in quickly, or offering a long-term lease are all realistic approaches. The key is how you frame the request: polite, reasonable, and collaborative. Many rental applications ask for a Japanese emergency contact, someone the property manager can reach out to if they cannot contact you. Not having one does not automatically mean rejection, but it can make your application look incomplete, especially for older properties or landlords who are cautious. If you can, ask a coworker, friend, or your employer to be listed as your emergency contact. And if you don't have anyone, consider focusing your search on corporate managed buildings or UR rentals, which are more structured to accommodate foreign tenants without requiring an emergency contact. Another common misunderstanding is thinking the landlord personally makes a decision. In reality, your application usually goes through several layers before it ever reaches the owner. First, the guarantor company reviews your income, job stability, visa status, and credit. Then, the property manager reviews your application and often gives a recommendation to the owner. This means that your documents, communication, and preparedness affect the screening more than most people expect. Having complete documents, clear income proof, and a well-prepared profile can significantly improve your chances of approval. Contract misunderstandings lead to some of the biggest surprises for foreign tenants. A major one is the concept of normal wear and tear. In many countries, tenants are not charged for minor marks or natural usage. But in Japan, the standard is 𝐏𝐻𝐸𝐾, which means restoring the property to its original condition. This means that even things you might consider normal usage could be charged unless they fall under specific guidelines. On top of that, some contracts include special clauses called tokuyaku that override standard rules and can legally require additional fees for cleaning or repairs. Before signing, make sure you understand the cleaning charges, the restoration rules, and any special clauses. This small step can prevent large and unexpected bills when you move out. Many people assume all rental agents work the same way, but that's not always true. Some real estate agents are not used to working with foreigners, and they may avoid English communication or decline applications simply because they expect complications. Other agents may be unfamiliar with visa requirements, guarantor companies, or the types of buildings that accept foreign tenants. Working with an agent who understands the challenges foreigners face can make the process significantly smoother. It's easy to assume that every area in Japan is equally open to foreign tenants, but that's not always the case. The acceptance level depends more on the property managers than the neighborhood. Newer buildings and corporate managed properties tend to be more foreigner-friendly, while older properties run by small local agencies may be stricter. If you want fewer hurdles, focus on larger operators, UR rentals, or modern apartment complexes. Areas with higher international populations such as central Tokyo, Yokohama, Osaka, and Kyoto also tend to offer smoother experiences. Another mistake is presenting too little information. Owners in Japan value stability and reliability, and many applicants simply fill out the form and hope for the best. A short personal introduction, your job details, visa information, income stability, and your intention to stay long-term can significantly strengthen your profile. If you really want a particular property, a short letter written in Japanese can also make a difference. It personalizes your application and shows sincerity, which can help the agent and property manager advocate for you. So in summary, renting in Japan becomes much easier once you understand how the system works. If you prepare your documents, plan your budget, understand the screening process, and approach negotiation in the right way, you'll avoid the common pitfalls that many people run into. If you're actively searching for a place in Japan, check out our English-based platform called Open Room Japan. There, we source listings directly from thousands of real estate agents nationwide, including properties that don't appear on other major portals. The link is en.openrm.jp. You can also find it in the description below. Also, if you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes of this Renting in Japan series. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Sayonara!